All right, Nathan, several Arkansas races are headed for runoffs.
Yeah, we want to begin in North Little Rock. Tracy Steele and Terry HARTWICK will have a rematch in the race for mayor there, with Steele getting 45% of the vote and Terry HARTWICK with 32%. We'll hear from both at 6.
2 Little Rock School Board races will need runoffs. First of all, Tommy Branch Jr. with EVELYN HEMPHILL CALLAWAY. Also in Zone 6, Francia Anderson and VICKI Hatter will be going at it in a runoff after last night's vote count. And counting absentee ballots is an issue in Arkansas as well, not just for the presidential race.
State Senator Joyce Elliott and Democrats have concerns about mailed ballots in Pulaski County. THV11's Rolly Hoyt joins us live where the counting process continues tonight.
Yeah, Dawn, and those ballots are still so many out there, they could make or break some of these close races that remain right here in Pulaski County. It all started to percolate last night as the county election officials dealt with an event unlike they've seen before. The media caught wind of several boxes of ballots off to the side not being counted. Well, today the Election Commission got busy going through those boxes.
We're going through this one by one. It's a painstaking process.
It's a painstaking process that takes place every election, but one that has never scrutinized this many absentee ballots.
It's just that we have such a huge volume. And now, because of that huge volume, we have absentee ballots that in some of these close races could make an impact.
Absentee ballots underwent a canvassing process. Workers opened outer envelopes and checked documents, leaving the ballot sealed inside its second envelope. If there were problems with the docs, they piled up to be double-checked. But last night, some thought they would get tossed, including congressional candidate Joyce Elliott.
And I so wanted to trust that my vote would count. But intentional decisions were made by those in power to work against that.
But by Wednesday, those decisions didn't stand. Commissioners knew they would have work to do today, and votes would be found and counted.
We found 65 that were in our boxes of irregular absentee ballots.
And that number grew every few minutes. Now, possibly thousands of ballots will eventually get tossed, most for errors that can't be fixed, like missing signatures. But hundreds also need to have IDs verified. People need to watch the mail for that. Mailed ballots led to lead changes in close races, and with questions of how many votes are in those boxes, observers are watching closely.
We found out that there are about 6,000 ballots that still need to be counted. So we're here really just to make sure that every vote counts.
It probably won't be 6,000, but election commissioners agree with the sentiment.
We're just really, all three of us, working hard to do our due diligence to make sure that every ballot that is legally being able to be counted is going to be counted.
And as the commissioners wrap up their work for the day, they've managed to put about 3,500 ballots back on track to be counted. Most of them will need voter ID verification that's due in by early next week, but they managed to pull about 235 ballots off of the discard pile and get them lined up to go into official tallies. We're live in Little Rock. Rolly Hoyt, THV 11 News.